Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. This is not going to be a real episode. We're going to try Azrael normal mode. It's a key. So we can only pick up keys and other consumables like pills. But if we fail, we fail, right? This is just kind of like a shorter episode as I have a story to tell you. And you know what? We're gonna hold R while I tell this story because we're only gonna have one go at this, and we need an exceptional item. And Virgo is not that exceptional item because we need a lot of damage to attempt to do this. And I think Little Brimstone, I couldn't ask for a better start, could I? Little Brim. So today, first of all, I'm sorry that the ukulele video didn't go out. Yes, don't pick up the money. You nearly fucked that up. And I'm going to have to, like, keep referring to myself to not pick things up. Because I'll just be like, oh, hey, there's a consumable. We can totally pick that up, right? No, don't pick that up. But yeah, so I'll have to just keep reminding myself to not pick things up. But sorry for the ukulele video not going up last night. I tried to put it up last night, and for whatever reason, YouTube just kept saying processing failed, processing failed, processing failed. And I'm like, why is the processing failed? I don't know. So that's going up like now as I'm speaking, so you'll be seeing that soon. So now you know the reason why it didn't go up. But I have an interesting story to tell today. So, you dick, I had to go to a meeting today, right, in town. And my friend had to go to a meeting as well, you know, two different places. And his was at 10:20, and mine was at 11:30. But where I live 40 minutes walk, so, you know, it's pretty long if you're walking. I live 40 minutes away from town, right? So I'm like, damn, that's a far walk. But the friend was like, hey, I've got something at 10:20, so if you want, I can give you a lift, but you're going to be hanging around your town for half an hour. Or sorry, an hour, because mine's at 11:30 and his was at 10:30. Now, my town is fucking tiny. It's out in the middle of nowhere, and it's hard to describe how tiny my town is. Like, you know, Walmart? I'm just going to use this in American terms, and if you're not from America, like, then I don't know what else to compare it to. But, like, my town is smaller than a Walmart. Like, that's how small my town is. It's absolutely tiny. You know, it's even smaller than a Walmart car park. It's literally 3 streets. So imagine like a T, the letter T, except rather than having one line going down, it's got 2 lines going down. That's how small it is. It's literally 3 streets big. So I'm like, oh hey, it's 3 streets big. No, don't pick up the bombs. But yes, my town's like 3 streets big, and I got an hour to kill. Like, I've got to try and figure out how the hell I'm going to make an hour last. So I thought, right, I'm going to act like an old man. I'm going to go at the smallest possible speed, like the absolute slowest turtle speed, right? Like, even slower than a turtle. We're talking like 1 foot every 5 minutes. Like, we're gonna go super slow, okay? And in going super slow, I'm like, right, I'm going super slow. However, I got to my destination in town within 10 minutes, even going super slow. So that shows just how small my town is. So I'm like, shit. Oh yeah, midnight's in the call, by the way. So I'm like, shit. I've gone super slow, and I'm already at my destination. I've got another 50 minutes to kill here. So I'm like, okay, so how are we going to kill all this time? How are we going to, like, waste even more time, because I can't walk home and walk back because it's 50 minutes away, so we're not leaving town. So I'm like, well, let's do what we don't normally do. Let's go through charity shops, okay? So we're gonna do something we don't do, and we're going to look in every single shop in town. So there's only like 50 shops in town at most, and 20 of them are charity shops, and this is where it gets real interesting, because I'm like, right, well, let's be an old man and let's look in the charity shops. You know, I need to buy some £1 cups of tea. I need to buy some £1 teacups because I'm a poor old man that can't afford proper teacups anymore. And, you know, that's not knocking charity shops overall, because sometimes they can have a rare find in it. You know, Game Station, Game, whatever you have, GameStop, whatever you have in your country, doesn't always take retro games. You know, it's like, oh, it's PS1 or it's N64. We don't take those games. They're too old. We don't take those games anymore. And so obviously you want to sell them, or you want to trade them in, but you can't because they're too old. So people just usually drop them off at charity shops. And sometimes you can find a rare find. Now, 90% of the time, even if there is old games in there, it's like the really common ones. Like, oh, it's Mario 3 for the NES, you know, that one that everybody owned. Or it's Sonic 1 or Sonic 2 for the Genesis. You know, that really common one that everybody owns. So it's usually not really a big thing to go in them. But I had 50 minutes to kill, so I'm like, right, we're going to go in them just because we need to waste time. So I'm going in these shops, right, and as I say, there's about 20 in my town, because my town is like out in the middle of nowhere, and big businesses can't really flourish, like they're not that lucrative, so it is really just kind of small towns. Also, Midnight's just listening to this because we've just got done playing ukulele. We've only got the casino world left, which a lot of people call the worst world, but I think it's the best. Like, Ice World is an absolute piece of shit, and Space World is an absolute piece of shit. So there's two worlds that are worse than the casino. I don't see how anybody can hate this casino. But anyway, that was a dick move, little dip. But anyway, oh, come on! Yeah, thanks, Ed. So anyway, despite getting bad trip, which was just absolute nonsense, I was looking in charity shops, and the first 15, there was nothing. So don't worry about them. Like, the first 15, all duds, there was nothing. Then I moved to around the 16th, you know, it might have been 16th, 17th. I've wasted enough time. There's only about, like, 20, maybe 15 minutes before I have to go to this meeting. So I've wasted a good amount of time, and I'm looking in like number 16, number 17, and I'm looking around and I don't see anything and I don't see anything at first. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, oh, this is going to be a bust. This is clearly a bust. I mean, I didn't expect anything anyway. But then, just as I was leaving, I noticed something behind the counter. Like, they hadn't really categorized it into games yet. You know, it was clearly fresh in, and they had only just put the price tag on this thing. And I looked at it, and they had all of the pieces out of the box on display, so you could see each individual piece. And I'm like, holy shit, that, like, this is shown up in a charity shop. And I'm like, nah, you can't be here. So I see it, and my first instinct, shit, we're gonna die. But my first instinct was to run away. Like, I didn't know if I'd been paid or not that month, or because I don't get paid. We died. I don't get paid till Monday, but apparently I've still got like a decent amount of money. So I was like, oh, I should leave it. I shouldn't really buy this, because, you know, I don't know how much it's going to be, because, like, the price isn't on it yet, and like, oh, I should, yeah, but what if you ask? I mean, it's in a charity shop, Spyro. It's in a charity shop. Like, do it, man. It's in a charity shop. It can't be, like, as expensive as you think. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, Spyro. You're right. So I go up to the counter for this particular. I go up to the counter for this particular item, and I see the lady, and I speak to her, and I say, by the way, our first spacebar item, it was me. Deal. But yeah, so I go up to the lady of this charity shop, and I inquire about this item. I like go up to her, and she's like, "Hi, how can I help you? Have you found anything?" I'm like, "Oh, not in store, but I can see something that is catching my interest." And she's like, "Oh, what's that?" I'm like, "It's that thing there." And I didn't know if she had the box, and I just said, "Is there a box to that? Like, because those are pieces. They're all pieces of one thing. Do you have the box with that?" And she's like, "Yeah, the box is just down there. I just put all three together on the display to show you what's in it." And I'm like, okay. So I was like, "How much is it?" And she's like, "Well, we haven't really got a price." And I'm like, "Well, what were you thinking on this price?" And she said, "Well, I know that it's fresh out. It's quite new, and it's a special edition, so it's going to be like more expensive than the regular." I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And she's like, "Well, I don't know. I mean, someone didn't want it. They just come in and said that it wasn't for them, and they just kind of give it away. So yeah, it's going to be this much. And I won't tell you the price just yet, because momentarily I'm going to show you the item. So I won't tell you the price just yet." And she said, "Oh, so, let's just say this much. If you're going to buy it right now, let's just say this much." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll pay that much." So I paid, and I was like, "I've got a meeting. Can I just go and to the meeting and like come back for it, because it's quite big? Can you like just put it all in the box for me, and I'll come back and collect it in about an hour, maybe half an hour?" And she's like, yeah, that's fine. So I paid for it, and I got into my meeting. It was kind of shit, because the meetings always are. It's just like, "Okay, team, we're gonna talk about performance and how this quarter's doing," and all that typical shit that you see in meetings. So I went to the meeting, and it was like, here's all the typical shit. And I got out of the meeting, and I come back, and I pick it up, and now I'm thinking like, oh shit, I've picked this item up, but I've got to walk home with this box, because keep in mind, I'm 40 minutes, town is 40 minutes away from my house, and I'm like, oh, I've fucked this up royally, because I've now got to walk home because there's no one to give me a lift. But coincidentally, my mate had just got out of his meeting at 10:30. His lasted a lot longer. And I'm like, "Oh, dude, whoa, don't pick up them. That's great, you can give me a lift." And it's like, "Yeah, I can give you a lift." So we got in the car, and he said, like, "I've just got to go to the next town over. Like, they want me to drive to the next town over, but then I'll just give you a lift home." So we drove to the next town over, and this is, by the way, my entire day out. But we drove to the next town over, and he had his whatever it was. He picked up whatever his work needed, and we were driving back. And keep in mind, just because we live out in the countryside and there's just fuck all around, we were driving back, and then we got stuck. Like, his car broke down, so we were stuck in the middle of a farmer's field, basically in the middle of nowhere, and we had to just sit there and wait for the AA. But because it's a Friday, it's the first day of the weekend, everybody's busy, we had to sit there for 6 hours. So we tried to play some games on the phone. Like, there's shit games like Flappy Bird, but we just tried to play some like shit phone games to pass the time, and we just kept passing the phone back and forth to each other, see who could beat the high score. And then the phone died, or my phone died, because we needed to keep at least one phone active for when the AA got there. But my phone died, and it's like, alright, well, I guess we...
Or like ukulele Flappy Bird edition.
Yeah, it wasn't Flappy Bird. It's a Flappy Bird clone called Spikes. It's a little bit better than Flappy Bird. But yeah, so my phone died and we waited. But anyway, the AA got to us eventually, and you know the car got fixed and we got home. So what should have been me getting home at like 12, or both of us getting home at 12, we didn't actually get home till 7, and that's why I was so late calling you midnight, because I was stuck on the side of the road for 6 hours.
That sucks.
Yeah, it did suck quite a lot. So yeah, that's the reason. But anyway, I got home and I took a picture of the item in question, and now I'm going to show you all the items. So we're going to kill these guys, open the item room, and now I'm going to show you all the item in question. I've uploaded it to my stash on DeviantArt just so I don't have to get it out, but I'm going to show you the item in question. And when I do, because remember, I found this in a charity shop, right? And I want you to all guess just how much I paid, because it's like, oh my god, what? So we're going to just hide, we'll open this chest. Okay, they're bombs, don't pick them up. We'll just hide in this corner, and we'll go onto DeviantArt, which I'm already on, and then we go to my stash, and then we go to this, and I've purposefully took a picture of the side of it. Now, you probably already saw it before I clicked it, but there it is. There it is. Now, I want you to guess how much I paid for that. Keep in mind what it is, and just like go on eBay and look at the prices on eBay. And this is what kind of influenced my decision, because when I saw this and I was tempted to walk away because I was thinking like, shit, I don't know if I've been paid yet. My brain was like, dude, don't fucking walk away. You know how rare this is. Think about those prices on eBay. You've seen the prices of these things on eBay. Don't fucking be stupid. Yeah, I know you're a stupid dragon sometimes, but come on. So it's like, yeah, you're right. I'm not going to sell it. Like, maybe years upon years down the line, but this was like, nah, we're not going to sell this right now. But I want you to guess how much that is. So I'm going to beat the caves, and I'm going to give you ample time to guess. So while I'm beating the caves, I want you all to write your comment in the comments section, and don't cheat. Don't just wait till I tell you and then write the price down. Actually, like, if you're gonna guess now and see if you're right or wrong. Okay, so we're gonna beat Gurdy Jr. Oh, he nearly went. Oh, you dick! He nearly went down in one hit. No, it's okay if we die though, because the story has pretty much been told. But yeah, so we're gonna go down to the next floor, find the boss, kill the boss. Wait, there's a key in this room? We can pick that up. It's a key. Oh, it's a golden key. We can't pick those up. But yeah, so we're going to go down to the next floor, kill the Caves 2 boss, and then I will reveal the price to you all. And I'm sure you're going to be all like, are you, what? Fucking what? So yeah, that's going to be our interesting little experiment for today. That's a troll bomb. Don't touch that. And we're basically just looking for a key for the item room on the next floor, because we can't pick up hearts, and I would like to maybe at least find some keys, even if it's just like one extra key. Like, I'm hoping to find 2 keys, because if we can find 2 keys, then that's the item room, and maybe a library, and maybe a book of revelations, which will allow us to get hearts back, because we can't physically pick up hearts. But if we've got something that can regenerate our hearts, then that would be, you know, really good, because this is a fair challenge, Ed. Once again, we're doing ultra hard. I think this might even be worse than ultra hard, because like ultra hard, hearts never spawn, but you can still gather the resources to make it happen. Like, you can still, even though hearts don't spawn, you can still gather money to potentially buy a book of Revelations. You can gather bombs. A secret room can potentially have a Black Lotus or other HP-like items in it. Whereas this, it's like, you can't pick up bombs, you can't pick up money, you can't pick up hearts, you can't pick up bags, you can't pick up batteries, like, you can't pick up anything. So it's like, oh, Jesus, this is pretty bad. But we've got our item room, so now we are going to get fucked again. But we've got our item room, and now we're just looking for the boss. And if we die, we die. But hopefully we can kill the boss, and then I will reveal the price to you all. Give me balls of steel. Okay, well, it's a tears up. That's not really the best. Honestly, I think Epic Fetus is kind of shit for the Ace of Keys challenge. Yeah, we're dead. So we're dead. So now I'm going to tell you the price. So what do you think this was worth? Has Midnight gone? No, Midnight's still here. So what do you think this item was worth? What did I pay for it? So I hope you've all made your guess, and I'm now going to tell you that I paid 40 English pounds for this. That's right. That equates to like $60. $60. So yeah, that's my story. I was an hour early for my meeting. My town is ridiculously fucking small, and it just so happens that this was in a charity shop, and apparently nobody, I guess the person that had it doesn't know the value of it, and the charity shop, obviously being a charity shop, definitely didn't know the value of it, but the person that give it in, what? Excuse me? Like, they clearly either don't care for this particular item and or series it's connected to, or they just don't know the value of what they give away. So holy shit! And as you can see, I've just took this other picture because it is all there. That's one of the pieces, but all three pieces are there. So if we go back to this picture here, all three pieces, this piece, and this piece, are all still there, and that piece, the third one at the end, is still in its factory sealed film. So that is still factory sealed. What the fuck, dude? You really didn't know the value? So I'm really happy today. Like, this, despite having to sit in a car for 6 hours because it broke down, like, that made me a happy dragon today. Like, that is a good day. You know it's a good day when something like that happens. Well, that was just like Spyro's day out. That was Spyro's little story. I just tried Ace of Keys, but it wasn't really that much of a legitimate run. It was just like, hey, this is the story, and then tomorrow we'll get right back. Well, actually, sorry, tomorrow me and my friend are going to Cheshire Oaks. We're going to go watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So maybe I'll just make another, like, half attempt at Isaac or half attempt at Ace of Keys and give you my thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy 2 tomorrow. But, you know, we're going to be right back in it on Monday. So yeah, thank you all for watching and listening to my little story, and if you did indeed enjoy the video, do feel free to leave a like, and if you're enjoying the series, don't forget to press subscribe and bing the bell so the notification shows up. And there are links below to the creator of the End Straight, Astrid. Go check out Astrid's Deviant Heart, get stuff off of her, because Astrid is a absolutely fantastic artist. And of course, links to my DeviantArt on Twitter if you'd like to see what I'm doing and uploading, and a link to my Patreon if you'd like to go that extra mile, and public Discord if you want to come in and chat anytime you like. But for now, thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you tomorrow after I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2.